there, welcome to the locker room. Coach Arias here. Today's message is life isn't happening to us, it's responding to us. Life isn't happening, it's just responding to us. So I know back in the day I used to think, man, this is just crazy, all this stuff that's going on to me. I couldn't understand why people were treating me this way or things were going on the way that it was happening in my life. But then I learned a secret as I got older and hung around people that were wiser than me and more successful than me. I started to realize life was just responding to me. They were responding to my attitude and my outlook on life. So I want to help you out with a couple tips that people gave me. Number one is our choices are going to determine our outcomes. So the food that we eat determines our energy and the person that we sometimes develop, our body develops into. Or partying. You know, oftentimes I see people, they didn't understand why they're not at the next level in their career or why they're not at the next level. But their focus is often on partying, staying up, drinking, late nights when they got to get up in the morning. That's just life responding to us. The company that we keep is also another huge thing. Life is responding to us, not reacting. It's just responding to what we're putting out there because of the company that we keep. You heard it, birds of a feather flock together. Another thing was forgiveness. The second thing is life was responding to me because I wasn't able to forgive other people that have done things to me in my life. I couldn't forgive my father for not being in my life and other people that did me wrong on the way up as a child. And I would have this chip on my shoulder, and it would help me in sports a little bit, but in life it would come back to bite me, that just chip on my shoulder. When I learned to forgive people, it just changed my heart and changed my whole outlook on life, which in turn, life ended up giving me a better outlook on it. So everything started treating me better. You know, what helped me with that was, you know, a lot of people, you've heard the Lord's Prayer, whether you're focused on where you should be spiritually or not. In the Lord's Prayer, it says, please forgive us. Lord, forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us. That was a big one. Lord, forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us. When I learned that there was so much that I needed forgiveness for, I made so many mistakes, and I understood and I learned that in that prayer that in the same light that I'm able to forgive others is the same light that I'm going to be forgiven. That's the same light that I could expect to be forgiven by the forgiveness I give to other people. There was this huge release and my attitude changed and life started treating me better by forgiving other folks. You don't have to forget or be dumb, but you got to forgive. Number three, the way that we treat others, the way that you see others. How do you view other people? Do you view other people as good? Are you seeing the good in that person? Or that man is somebody else's son? Or that woman is somebody else's daughter? The way that we view people, or we try to empathize with other people. Who knows what they're going through throughout the course of their day or what they've gone through throughout the course of their life. When you start to see people for some of the positive things, the way that we view people is sometimes the way that we get it right back. Number four, another thing, is a setback. How we handle setback, how we respond to setbacks. Oftentimes, I used to get a setback, and then my mind, I would watch my mind just already start this negative talk. Here we go, just getting down, getting upset, getting grouchy, getting negative, reverting back to the past versus the future. If we want to be great, we want life to respond better, we got to respond better to setbacks. Replace the negative talk with positive thoughts. Last couple things I got for you is what I want you to understand. I got a quote that was talking about I'll try versus I'll find a way. So when I was reading it, I was saying, listen, so many times you see these people that have every reason not to succeed, but they end up succeeding anyways. Why is that? They have a mentality of I'll find a way versus I'll try. I hate when I hear people say I'll try. Either do or do not. But if you want to make it, you got to stop saying I'll try. Start saying I'll find a way. What happens is when obstacles come up, some people see them as something that they can't get around or they can't get over top. If an obstacle was something you couldn't change, it would be called a wall. Good friend of mine, James Kiefer, said that. So if an obstacle come up and you're not supposed to be able to get through it, it would be called a wall. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called an obstacle. It's an obstacle for a reason. You could go over it, you could go around it. When you follow these things, it's going to help you be a champion versus a chump. It's going to help us by the way that life delivers us. Okay? So life is just responding. When we follow all these things, life's going to respond better. We'll be on our way to living our very best life. Thanks for joining me in the locker room today. Looking forward to seeing you all next week.